Why in a world full of such vibrant, beautiful colors and cameras nowadays that can capture such stunning full-color images would anyone want to shoot in black and white? With so much emphasis on perfect color grading and the recent obsession of emulating the beautiful look of film, black and white may seem like a step back. Black and white may have been a limitation back in the day when that's all they had, but now black and white is a powerful creative decision that helps shape mood, storytelling, and emotion in a way that sometimes color just can't. Its impact on cinema is undeniable, and when understanding why filmmakers still choose to use it to this day, really reveals how powerful stripping away color can be. Shooting in black and white strips away the distractions of color, focusing the audience's attention on things like light, form, and shadows. Kenneth Branagh's 2021 Oscar-winning film Belfast does just that. Kenneth and his cinematographer Harris Zamber-Lucas wanted to bring the performance of the actors to the forefront, so they like to minimize distractions as much as possible. They minimized the distraction of movement by shooting a lot of static tripod shots, which also promotes good composition and blocking. They minimize set dressing by keeping the sets very minimal and yet still very effective. And they cut the biggest distraction of them all, which is color. Limiting color in this film immerses you in the emotion and the purity of the story. They even go as far to choose what kind of black and white they wanted to use in the film. They chose to shoot on a large format camera, which was the Arri Alexa LF, because they wanted the viewer to feel every freckle and every detail of each shot. The large format sensor gives the frames a very photographic-like quality. They chose to use a very glossy and smooth black and white instead of adding grain or even shooting on film where it naturally has a lot of grain, because the 10-year-old main character in this film has a very clean and innocent view on the world. This is where I really think black and white can be so beneficial to every filmmaker, because it limits the number of distractions that sometimes color can give, because it leads you to focus on the true fundamentals of making a good frame, like lighting, composition. Look, I'm not saying you need to shoot every single film in black and white, but I think everyone should at least once shoot black and white with purpose. You can even import a basic black and white LUT to your monitor and view everything in monochrome, so you have zero distractions of color when you're shooting. This technique isn't unique just to Belfast. Many films use black and white not just to simplify visuals, but to signal a shift in time, perspective, and memory. Oppenheimer and Poor Things are two recent examples of where filmmakers will use monochrome to shape the experience of the narrative. In Oppenheimer, directed by Christopher Nolan, a movie that had a budget of around 100 million and made just under $1 billion, and personally one of my favorite films of the last decade, uses black and white very, very intentionally. It plays a crucial role of distinguishing the difference in timelines and perspectives within the narrative. You have the story of Oppenheimer's subjective and personal view in color. Then on the other hand, you have the black and white scenes, which are the second timeline, and others' perspectives and outlook on Oppenheimer's story. The main one being Robert Downey Jr.'s character, Lewis Strauss. That's why sometimes you'll see the same scene in black and white and in color. Like Oppenheimer's interaction with Albert Einstein, you have this one shown in color, and then you have Lewis's perspective in black and white. By using black and white, Nolan not only separates the two narrative threads, but also evokes a sort of documentary historical record feeling to the film. The starkness of black and white adds a layer of seriousness and gravitas to the film, underlining the importance of the ethical and physical consequences that Oppenheimer faced. While on the other hand, Poor Things, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, I really hope I'm pronouncing that right, and I'm sorry if I'm not, takes a very different approach. All the early scenes in this film are in black and white, symbolizing the protagonist Bella's limited childlike understanding of the world, and her unhappiness of feeling trapped and under the control of others. As she begins to learn, experience, and explore the world, the film transitions into color, implying that she is growing and experiencing life in all of its beauty. To me, this movie just really shows, although I didn't love it, it was a little too weird and out there for me, but I think it just really shows how intentional black and white color at the same time can be so powerful. I think it's important to recognize when a film is shot in black and white, it's never just a random decision. There's always way more intent and meaning behind it. In many ways, it's just like shooting in color and color grading a film, where specific tones and hues are carefully chosen to enhance the story and its themes. Although black and white can be used as a stylistic choice, but more often than not, it is used as a tool to enhance the overall story and direction of the film. In the 2019 film The Lighthouse, directed by Robert Eggers and cinematographer Jaron Blaschke, they made a very deliberate choice to shoot in black and white, aiming to immerse the audience in the film's period setting and psychological intensity. Eggers envisioned a photographic quality that black and white inherently provides, as it directs focus to texture and contrast, elements that are crucial to this film's atmosphere. To achieve this, they utilized vintage Bosch and Lom Baltar lenses, and shot on Kodak's XX5222 black and white film, and combined with custom filters that they had made to put on the front of the lenses to emulate the orthochromatic look of early cinema. This technical approach not only reinforced the historical context of the film, but also heightened the claustrophobic and intense mood. Eggers asked the cinematographer Jaron if they could achieve the look that they wanted with a digital camera. Jaron was confident that they would not be able to get the look they wanted shooting digital, but he ran tests anyways with 3 different formats. The first format being shooting digital on an Arri Alexa and then converting it to black and white later in post. The second one being shooting color film and then converting that to black and white as well in post. And then the final one, which they ultimately ended up going with, was to shoot on Kodak's XX5222 black and white film stock. They said that the XX film stock gave them more of a tooth and a grittiness to the film, which definitely shows. Their meticulous attention to these visual elements and the decisions that they made along the way, drawing the viewers into the isolated and eerie world of 2 lighthouse keepers. And that is it for this video. A bit of a deep dive into why Hollywood is still using black and white in 2025 when cameras are so good nowadays. I will see you in the next one with my new mic holder. It's fun. I like it. Bye.